Today it is still January and it's been a while since I made any of these videos. A number of things have happened since I last recorded any of this. And of course this goes into the Building the Business series, which I'm still very excited to see how it will turn out. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy getting some insights into maybe what goes on inside of my funny, interesting head, and potentially just, what's the day-to-day like of driving or getting a business started. Some of the things that I initially want to cover is I'm back in Denmark, Copenhagen. My exchange stay is finally over. I say finally, though, it's been a ton of fun and I've really enjoyed it. But on the other hand, it's really good to be back and to feel productive again and to really double down on the priority, which is the business that I want to start and the people I want to help. And hopefully I will be able to help you in some way with this video. And so being back from exchange means getting back on the grind and doing a lot more work, which feels absolutely incredible. I will say, though, I have a tendency to feel better whenever I'm busy. And sometimes I do have to remind myself that just being busy is not necessarily productive. Maybe you've tried that as well. It's at least something that I continuously have to remind myself. Busyness does not equal productivity. And so it's doing the right things, not just doing a lot of things. Though sometimes and often we do need to do a lot, but that's a different topic. What has happened since coming back? I've started collecting feedback and reflections from first clients that I worked with over the last long term. And I've used that feedback to update what I call the startup coaching program, where I help my clients personally through one-on-one coaching, start a business by selecting their idea, and then get out there, get their first customers, and first free and then paying customers. And I continue working with them until they get their first paying customers. And I do all of this for free. And why do I do this? Well, because I want to get good at doing it so that I can provide the guarantee in my business that it will work for whoever signs up for it. And that is maybe stupid in some perspective because it takes a lot of practice and a lot of experience to get to that point. But it's something I really believe in. I enjoy doing it. And I think this can really make a difference in the world once I get it up and running. And so combined with relaunching the startup coaching program version 2 and signing on new clients, which I'm in the process of doing right now, this is not an ad for that or anything. In order to sort of accommodate the launching of the startup coaching program, I figured that there would be another ideal way to get feedback on the material that I've made and sort of the whole program that I've put together. And that would be through building a greater network of people I can help on school, where I can just give all of the stuff I've made for free and see how people react, see how well they can put it to use, basically. And so I've done that. I've started a school community. It's completely free. You can go sign up, join, get everything that's included in the personal coaching program that I do. Try it out for yourself and see if it works. And there's no commitment or anything. You have to sign up for the platform, but it's not like you'll suddenly be charged or anything. Like, you can just go watch the videos, do the thing, make it work for you. And I do that obviously because I want more feedback on what works and what doesn't work. But I also do it in a way to give back to, or not give back, but give out to people who do want to become entrepreneurs or start their own businesses. One of the things I've become more clear on in like recent weeks and months is, I think, like, making entrepreneurship available to everyone. Not that everyone should do it, but making it available to everyone is probably as close to the business's mission as I've been in a long time. I really want to make starting a business easy and as streamlined as possible. So yeah, I think that the things we're doing right now, or the things I'm doing right now with releasing the entire program, making it available to everyone, getting feedback on it is one path in making that mission come true. So please check it out if you are interested in entrepreneurship or business. Besides the whole coaching program, I just got finished with editing the 12 steps to get anything you want framework, which I've written previously, and I just updated it. You learn new things, you grow as a person, and I'm gonna release that as well on school This program works for whatever kind of goal or dream you want to reach in life. It can help you get there in the most operational way possible. That's what I believe, at least, and it'll be completely free. Again, you can go get it, watch the video, follow the framework, the steps, the lessons, everything. That's just something I want to put out there because I want you to benefit from this. As a third thing on school, of course, we'll be doing weekly live Q&As where you can ask questions. And besides that, I hope it's just a way for you to be part of a community, be part of a network that will pay out in a way where we can help each other create ideas, but follow up and take action on those ideas and help each other build businesses and reach the financial goals that many of us do have. So facilitating that network is a big wish of mine as well. Just like I want to with the people who are watching here on YouTube. So if you're here on YouTube and you're not on school, please go to our bio, click and join the school community. I really do believe that the things we have on there will help you in reaching your goals if you want any kind of financial freedom, independence, improvement, whatever you want to call it. Last year we already started on posting every week on YouTube. That paused when I went on exchange, but it's something I'm picking up again this year. And I've made a commitment to post a longer format of video every week for the entire year. We're still going to do daily posts, but hopefully providing some longer videos, maybe covering topics more in depth, more in detail, will help us reach a goal of 1,000 subs. And it's a goal that I've set because of two reasons majorly. One, if you reach 1,000 subs and of course certain other criteria, you can start utilizing AdSense, Google AdSense, and start making money from your videos. And who wouldn't want that, obviously? But secondly, to me, reaching 1,000 subs is an incredible milestone that it's something I look forward to for so long from when I just started making these videos. Like the fact that it would be possible for me to get to that point initially was a super scary thought. And the fact now that I can tell that it's only a matter of time is one, of course, comforting, but it's also kind of crazy in a sense that it shows you that consistency over everything will help you get to where you want to go in a quite tangible way. And so if you're not subscribed already, please do so. Please help me get to those 1,000 subs. It doesn't cost you anything, and I hope that these videos will provide you with value or entertainment. And so that's kind of what I've been doing for the last month or so since ending the exchange day and coming back. And it's definitely weird in a way, going from working by myself for a year and a half on my business and, you know, studying and in my job, going on exchange for half a year and being incredibly social and not working a lot, or like if any, and then coming back to then narrowing down, doubling down, really grinding by myself again. And it showed me a couple of things as well. I definitely am committed to the grind again, and I'm fully locked in on doing this and making this happen. But being that social, being around other students, other friends for half a year and doing a lot of social things reminded me that even the pursuit of business, the pursuit of financial independence, freedom, whatever you want to call it, is in the end not really going to be worth it without people to share it with, like good people around you. And so however much I want to reach that goal or make that come true, I know there are certain relationships I can't sacrifice on the way to getting there. And I probably already knew this to some extent, but having some of those experiences really just highlighted that feeling for me. Also, I hope it's noticeable that my English has gotten better, both in terms of rhythm, in terms of pronunciation. I try to not speak so monotonously as well. I know I don't always succeed, but I am trying to get better at it, and I hope it is visible in the videos. If not, let me know in the comments. Another big point I want to touch on before I end this video is I'm already committed to not quitting, like no matter how long it's going to take. I know it's easy to say, and it's not easy in reality, but recently I had one of those moments where I really felt that the cards were stacked against me. And I didn't consider quitting in that moment or in that series of moments around that time. But I was definitely looking much more outside towards some other alternatives. And looking at any of those alternatives really was not promising. Like, none of those alternatives were promising in any way. And so it was instantaneously clear to me that there was no better alternative for me in trying to pursue something else than what I'm doing right now. And so the fact that it is hard, which it is meant to be, is just the way it is and is not bad. It is just the way it is and how it will continue to be at various levels, of course. And once I overcame that moment and since then, lo and behold, things have been moving forward in ways they haven't previously or at an increased pace. And so it's just so funny. And I say this as a reminder to you out there. If you're going through something difficult, hard, and you want to quit, please don't quit. Use this inspiration to not quit. You have what it takes to keep going, and you will be so much more eternally grateful to yourself if you don't stop. Because whatever else you try to do will be difficult as well. And you will have failure there as well. And things will not work out as well. So you might as well continue down this path until it works in some way. And then you might alter what that means down the road. But I figured I just wanted to share with you that I had one of those, this is a quitting moment recently, and it wasn't. And there will likely be other moments, and they won't be quitting moments as well eventually. But I think the more of those that you can succeed in, those are really what build your character. And those are really the defining moments that you will be able to look back upon in your success as part of your hero story. And I want that for you. As Sipam would say, what is up, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing well. I'm making this video because I had a thought which I thought would be pretty valuable to share with you guys. The thought is that for the last couple of weeks, I've probably been more productive and made more progress in my business than I have for a long time. And that's wonderful. Like, that's incredibly great. And I can look at that and I can be grateful and I can be happy and I can know that I'm working on the right things. But at the same time, I have this incredibly strong feeling that I'm not doing enough, that it's inadequate, that I have no idea whether it'll work out, that I'm not at the place I want to be. And it just feels like running against a wall every day, not making the kind of progress I somehow think I should be making. And so why do I share this thought with you? Well, this is what I've been told entrepreneurship is like, and it sucks for real. It really is difficult, and it's very disheartening in the sense that I can look at the fact that I'm making progress measured by the things that are my goals or my milestones or whatever you want to call it, and at the same time be like, why is nothing happening? Why am I not where I want to be? Will what I'm doing even work out? Am I doing the right things? Why aren't I doing more? And it's kind of hilarious. Like, I can look at that juxtaposition and then be like, but why? Like, if I know I'm doing the right things moving forward and I'm making progress, why do I feel like this, right? And I can't help but laugh at the feeling of inadequacy, or the feeling of not being in the right place. And it keeps taking me back to what some of the successful people that I look up to and are inspired by and respect, who say that this is just what it is. This is what entrepreneurship should be like. It is uncertainty every day. It is not knowing whether what you're doing will work out. And like, if you're not uncomfortable, you're not challenging yourself. And I think one of the reasons that I've made so much progress these last couple of weeks is I've literally tried to challenge myself as much as possible, doing hard things, doing things that would move my situation forward every day. And that's been incredible. But at the same time, it feels like getting slapped in the face every day, because because I am challenging myself every day with new things, or things I haven't done before, or things that scare me. And on one hand, it's of course comforting knowing that this is kind of just what it's meant to be like, because it's reassuring. It makes me feel like I'm on the right path. And so to have people who've gone that path before me say that this is it, just continue, is very nice, of course. At the same time, it is also just rough. But I can have this feeling of it just sucking so much, and at the same time be incredibly grateful for what I'm doing. And when I have those hard moments where I'm like, does it even matter? Do I really care? How bad would it be to try and settle for something smaller, or that doesn't, yield the results I want, or doesn't make the impact I want? And I keep coming back to the fact that I know for a fact that I will be so much more, I don't think depressed is the word, but I think knowing my potential, I will never be satisfied or fulfilled settling for a regular 9 to 5, 8 to 4 office job, working in some rat wheel somewhere. And that's not shade to any of the great corporations out there who of course need employees. But I have a little bit of experience working at an office job now, and quite a number of hours. And even though it's a place with great people, it's not a reality I can imagine myself living in any way for the rest of my life. And so it's very clear to me that the alternative of not putting in all the effort to making this work is even worse, despite all the suffering, despite all the hardship and the challenges. And so despite the fact that it sucks and it's rough, it becomes a very easy choice, honestly. And am I making this video just to sit here and bicker and complain, or however you want to interpret it? No, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to show you, or give you a little bit of an insight into the experience of being reminded of this is what it's meant to be like. No matter whether I would be making $0, I'd be making $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month, looking forward into what the next step, the next milestone, the next goal will be, it'll always be this challenging. And I think just becoming more aware of the scale and the impact of those feelings or those experiences. And on one hand, that's hard, to looking forward to that. On the other hand, damn, it's gonna make me one hell of a tough person and build my character. Like, I can just tell from the things I've already gone through. And so I'm very grateful in that sense for knowing what I will have to go through and knowing what type of person I will become. And so trying to make myself proud every day, doing the hard things and moving my business and my life forward is one of the most fulfilling things that I'm doing. And like, when I have the feeling of going to bed proud of what I did, that makes all the obstacles, all the hardship, all the trouble worth it every day, period. Nothing more than that. Because it feels like I'm working towards fulfilling my potential and what I can contribute with in this world, and the people I can help, and the changes I can make, and the life I can create for myself. I hope you can use this video either as motivation to keep going if you're in a similar spot, or I hope that it'll show you that entrepreneurship is not all what it's made up to be online, and maybe what it's really like, and maybe that deters you from trying. If it does, I'm sorry to hear that, but maybe it's not for you. If you hear this and you think, that sounds but I still think I need to make it happen, then awesome. I'm so happy for you. I just thought that this was a very, very real moment. And so it was something I thought was worth sharing. What's up, YouTube? Again, C-Bomb, he knows how to do it. It's still January, and I'm making this video after another week to dive a little bit into what's happened during the last week. And between last week and this week, one of the main changes is that I've now filled up all the new coaching spots for the startup coaching program and started working with the new clients. And I think I have a really great bunch of people, and they all seem really focused on making it work for themselves, which makes it even more fun for me. It also just increases the likelihood that it's gonna work out for them. And so, one, filling up the spots is great. Also got a big opportunity to work with someone, one of the clients who is much further along in the program, or not in my program, but like career-wise or business-wise, who I'm gonna be looking at helping out in the next month or so, which will be a great bunch of experience for me and a very nice testimonial to have should we make it work and should we be successful. I made a video talking about luck, I think, yesterday or the day before. But essentially, yeah, I think creating your own luck is a very real thing by putting yourself in situations that allow you to take advantage of opportunities as they arise. And also being open-minded to try new things, challenging things, even though you might not succeed. Super excited for the work that I'm gonna be doing with my new clients. Hopefully this time we can get it done within those 3 months. Otherwise, we'll see how long it takes. Still just gonna keep going at it until they make it work. That's kind of the whole idea with a guarantee, right? And so one of the other big things is, one, school community is growing. I think we just got our 15th member. YouTube's slowly growing, but I've made a few new couple of videos with different formats. And apparently they don't do as well on YouTube. Like the snippets of conversations I've had with, like some of them being client meetings or qualifying calls, or the whole just sitting there working type of thing, does not perform very well on YouTube for some reason. And so I'm probably gonna stick to just making the talking videos if that's gonna give me more views and more subscribers, right? So that's clearly then what people wanna watch. Also trying a new bunch of AI editing with the app that I've already used so far to like add subtitles and music, but actually to kind of try and edit the whole video for some of these talking videos. If they turn out well, I'm probably gonna continue doing it. If they don't, then I won't. And lastly, I think one of the things to mention is I think it's a good flow having to stick to, or having committed to making one long form video every week on YouTube. And so at some point this video is gonna go up in combination with the other videos from January or going back previously. But in between all those status videos or the building the business series of videos, having that long form content really adds something, both in terms of value, but also in terms of views, and gives people a little more insight into probably what I provide or can help with. In the end, like YouTube and the audience I can build here is just like, it's gonna be an asset in terms of like showing people who I am. So that will help them determine, do they want to work with me? But also, of course, at some point I'm gonna earn money from the AdSense. It would be possible to monetize the audience, though that's not really, I don't really want to advertise to you guys, just purely because it's not the kind of goodwill I want to use. But hopefully it will be a way for me to attract talent once I start branching out and will be looking for different roles. So that I'm hoping to use it for, that people have kind of got an idea of what I do, who I am, and will want to work with me. I hope you want to be part of the journey to 1,000 subs, and more so even after following that. So if you haven't already subbed, please go and subscribe now on the journey to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, I'm also, I can just show you guys, got my new shelf here on the wall. Really happy to have some of my books up. I've just had them stacked on top of each other, and I still have a great deal, but it's nice to be able to see them and have them at hand. In short, all I really wanted to say with this video is, if you have an opportunity, take it, use it, make the most of it. You don't know when the next opportunity is going to pass you by, so make the most of what you have right in front of you. And also, things are good, like things are moving forward. I know, I think the last video I recorded was like a really heavy one with like how hard entrepreneurship is sometimes, and it's so funny having recorded that and then having such a like forward progressing week after that. Like, it really does make sense when people say some of those darkest moments really do come before some of the biggest opportunities. And so this has not necessarily right now been in a monetary sense, but in an opportunistic sense at least. Besides seizing your opportunities, know that you can start some kind of business where you feel fulfilled in what you do. And that'll also make it a lot easier to eat shit and learn for an extended period of time, compared to doing something you hate just because there's money in it, right? So you might be in a situation where you need to do that because you need to earn some money right now. But if you can find something that's really aligned with what you want to spend your life doing, then it'll be much easier for you to build a strong foundation. And with that being said, Leave a comment below if there is any specific type of video you want to see, any certain questions you want me to answer. If you enjoyed it, hated it, that's completely fine as well. As always, guys, thank you for watching and stay disciplined.